Hello, it's been a long time since I've uploaded, but I'm still here. I just talk when I have something that's really important to me to say. I've written down some talking points that I wanted to cover today, and they are about hospice care, and being chronically ill. I was at a point where home health had to stop coming, so hospice was recommended to me. And now there's a certain stigma that's attached to hospice that I don't think is true. There are some people with chronic illnesses that are on hospice for just a better quality of life. Hospice services are a specialized form of medical care that seek to provide comfort and maintain a patient's quality of life to the greatest extent possible. While this care generally attempts to provide holistic comfort and dignity as death approaches, hospice might or might not be the right choice for you or your loved one, depending on your unique needs and your special situation. I will go over some of the advantages and disadvantages of hospice, but I just want to let you know that hospice possibly could have killed me, but didn't succeed. And I'll go over that in depth. The advantages of hospice include comprehensive care from a team of professionals and volunteers. I've met some amazing nurses, case managers, chaplains, even hospice volunteers that give comfort to the patient, me, and even offer to give comfort to my family. Another good thing about hospice is that it does provide 24-hour a day, 7-day a week care. You know, if you have a problem, patients can call hospice when they need assistance. So that's another really great thing. Choosing hospice usually results in a reduction in your out-of-pocket expenses as well for medications, DME, medical supplies. When a patient is truly ready for comfort care, choosing hospice care can also mean avoiding unwanted hospitalizations, medical treatments, and even unnecessary procedures. The goal of the entire hospice team is to support the wishes of the patient and his or her family members and help them achieve their goals for individual care, which these are all advantages. Now, to briefly discuss some of the disadvantages. A potentially significant disadvantage of choosing hospice care might arise because of the restrictions placed on various aspects of the treatment. Under Medicare hospice benefits, a hospice receives a flat per day amount of money, which must include all medical expenses. This can result in a few difficulties. Some of the ones that I ran into were denials of certain diagnostic testing, such as blood work, x-rays. Even if requested by the physician, the cost of the test will usually fall on the patient and the family to be responsible for these. Because these tests are expensive and might not always prove beneficial, most hospice agencies often will not approve them. Hospitalization is discouraged once the patient enters hospice care. While Medicare hospice benefit does contain provisions for short-term hospital stays for symptom management, the criteria for admission and coverage for specific treatments are really poorly defined, and they're most often declined. Also, participation in experimental treatments or clinical trials are not allowed because they are considered life-prolonging. In addition, other treatments or procedures considered life-prolonging, such as a feeding tube, are usually not covered either. With dysautonomia, it was a really poor choice on my part to enroll into hospice. However, I was directed by physicians to do this, and under hospice care, I became addicted to opioids, which is a huge thing. I was spending most of my time in bed, asleep, almost every day, all day long. And I didn't realize how much of my life missed until hospice discharged me. So now that I'm off all of the opioid medication, I really don't think it was the doctors or attending physicians or even the nurses' interest to kill me or to harm me. I think that they did the best that they could with what they knew about my disease and my disease progression. And with that being said, I have no malice or anything like that for the hospice agency that was treating me, because they always treated me with respect and dignity. However, I think that this needs to be discussed, because I think hospice is an easy answer to a difficult question. I'm a young woman and I have a lot to live for. So with that being said, I can sacrifice a little bit of quality for life as long as I have more quantity. And I know that sounds insane to most people, but I do live for my children. And, you know, I don't think many young people are faced with the decision to have to enroll in hospice or anything like that. But if you are, please do your research. Know the advantages and disadvantages. And if you have any further questions, please send them my way. I will be glad to discuss this in detail with you. But this is something that is very important to me, because I think the pros and cons can vary for you and your loved one depending on the situation that you're in. Unfortunately, some patients aren't referred to hospice until they're so close to death, and therefore miss out on what hospice could have offered them. Because of many misconceptions about hospice exist, as well as a general lack of awareness of its benefits and services, many patients fail to even enter hospice at all. It's not giving up or giving in or anything like that. It does provide palliative care for many people, and I think hospice is a great service. However, I just think that you should be fully aware of the advantages and disadvantages, like I said. So with that being said, just keep on keeping on, and I'll see you next time.